Hi, I'm Craig Hamilton Parker. Thanks for joining me again on my channel. And today we're going to do some more advance readings. That's readings in advance. So there could be a message here today for you. And I'm going to do these readings usually on a Monday. So keep watching my channel because we have things happening in other days of the week, particularly Fridays when we launch lots of new stuff. So coming up, some readings involving dreams. So hi again, if you're new again, like I say, don't forget, come and follow the channel, click that little bell thing at the bottom there, the subscribe button with the bell next to it, and click the bell and you'll get updates. So every time we put readings online, you'll get a message, and you'll get messages about all the new stuff we're doing in our channel, with predictions and all sorts of things. There's lots going on. So last time, recently someone wrote a question. Remember I gave that reading from someone who I said had lost the end of their finger, which I think somebody picked up on that, got the message on that. But someone asked, where is it here? When you're choking or missing a finger, or when I get all these conditions that they're talking about when I talk about mediumistic things while doing a reading, do you still feel that sensation when you're finished? Or do the feelings you receive linger or impact your physical body in any way? Just wondering. So yeah, I'm just going to answer that actually, because you'll often notice that when I do my when we do a mediumistic reading in particular, what I do is, first thing I do is I get the bodily sensations of the passing condition. So the other week we had brain tumours, we've had lung conditions, we've had stomach problems, we've had hanging themselves, run over, jumping off a train. We've had all sorts of conditions, and obviously I sense those and feel those. And they don't normally impact upon one's body. Actually, normally these things are mental impressions. They come, they go. I don't feel every time I do mediumship all the problems that a person goes through when they're dying. And actually, I think when a person dies, they don't quite experience it in quite the same way we experience pain either. But that's another issue. So no, I don't carry them away. Although sometimes I have done. I remember there was one situation where I was badly struck by it, because I gave a reading to someone, and I said this person had their head cut off, and I said they had their head cut off with a piece of glass. Well, apparently what happened is a piece of glass was being transported, and it flew off the top of some vehicle of some sort, came off and severed the whole top of their head off with a piece of glass. And I did have, when I left after that reading, I couldn't have a time to close down and shut down afterwards, and I went away with this awful feeling in my throat all the time, and I had to sit down. And what we do is we cleanse ourselves. So a medium will visualize sort of light pouring down through the top of their head, out of their body, like a spiritual cleansing with prana energy. And then afterwards we close it all down and shut it all down again, because we don't want to be open all the time, because we'll get exhausted, and it's not good practice to be psychically open all the time. So people that give you messages randomly are not going to have a very powerful gift, because their gift's going to get wasted. So we close it down, we keep it. I'm just Craig, most of the time. It's only when I open myself up, and my wife Jane's the same, it's only when we open ourselves up that we get this these sensations. Okay, so we're going to do some more readings today, and I'm going to focus today particularly on dreams, actually, because I'm very interested in dreams generally. I've written a lot of books about dreams, plug again, but I find dreams are, and I did a program on American TV called Nightmares Decoded, in which, in this particular way I did it, was that I would interpret people's dreams, and then I would give messages, clairvoyant messages based upon those dreams. And quite often when I do mediumistic sittings for people, face to face particularly, I'll often pick up on their dreams and tell them the dreams they've been having, and that can be quite interesting for people. So I'm going to work like that today. So I've got to first of all identify who this message is for, but I'm going to identify you through a dream first. So I feel that the person that this message is for would be aware of their dreams, of course, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the message. But I feel that they've had, now some of these are the common themes that might come up, but there's going to be some specifics, and it's the specifics that will identify it as you, because I'm getting one of these classic dreams of being chased. There's someone chasing after you. Now that's a common dream, okay, but there's something, I'm getting this feeling that I've been chase through a building first of all, and the person behind is chasing with a knife or a sword of some sort. There's a sharpness involved with this in this dream. And the dream also seems to involve, it's more of a nightmare actually, because I'm seeing clowns around as well. And this person might have a bit of a fear of clowns generally, but it's occurring in a recent dream they had. And in the dream they can see somebody they know. That person is a lady. It's a young woman in the dream who looks very serene to me, and there's a sort of certain deathliness to the person when in this dream as well. And this person's name, and they call the person in the dream, we don't often remember the names from the dreams, but they call the person something like Alice. It has almost a Victorian feel to the whole dream as the sequence continues that they've had. Now, when they had this dream, they woke up and were very frightened by it. And I feel that the person that we're connecting with here has also just got over quite a bad illness. I feel that you've had an operation and you've come out of hospital, and that this dream is coming like this because it's like running away from something in your life, but running away, I feel, from kind of all the fear of what happened. That you came very close to you felt you were close between life and death during this, or you weren't in any danger, but I just feel that inwardly you felt like this. And the person receiving this message does have quite a lot of interest in dreams generally, and I feel that you have already been drawing, like Carl Jung suggested to people, to draw mandalas. So I get this feeling you've been drawing or colouring mandalas perhaps. And my message for you is that whatever the dream says, I'm more interested in just passing this message on to you to say that you've been through a difficult illness and the time of recovery is with you now, and that things are going to get an awful lot better now. I don't feel there'll be a recurrence. That's my feeling. Obviously, with anything like a medium or psychic says, always check with the appropriate people, whether it be medical advice or legal advice or financial advice. Always check with the regular people. But I just feel, my gut feeling is that you're going to be on the mend. I don't feel a recurrence from this. And as I'm saying this, I want to say to you that you also bought something made of crystal recently that you put on a dressing table or something like that. Okay, so that's the message for you. Okay, that's a weird way in, isn't it? But it's an interesting experiment again. I just like to try things with experiments here to see how we get along. Okay, now I'm using the dream this time. This is a completely different technique. It's kind of new to me really, but I'm using the dream as the way in to find the person and then find you. So I'm trying to come to you through like your unconscious mind. Okay, so let's do another one here, see what the spirit will give me here. Okay, someone was dreaming of American Indians, cowboy and Indians type of thing, sorry, Native Americans, but you guys, you understand. And I can see here, it's really classic. I feel as if they've had a dream that is in a very classic sort of Western type of scenario. It's like almost a corny sort of dream, almost like a bad American Western sort of dream, right? And you've been having this dream recurrently, because in the dream I feel that you've been feeling, it's like a gunslinger, and I feel that you've been up against somebody that's like you're in a gunslinging situation, and it's life or death. And again, this is a bit of a nightmare, I have to say, because this dream has woken you, and it's been a very frightening dream because you've woken in a sweat, because it's been life and death sort of dream like this. So you've been having this dreams are strange, guys, aren't they? So I don't know where this is coming from, but it's like a gunslinger situation. It's like, draw, cowboy, and there's all the American Indian sort of things, the sort of classic, complete wrong depictions of American Indians, a sort of woo sort of American Indian type of misconceptions. And there's all that going on, and it's all these people fighting, and you're stuck in this scene like high noon, and I get the feeling that this dream keeps occurring time after time. And again, it's a horrible dream because I can see insects in the dream too. There's all insects everywhere that frighten you. Okay, so again, I feel that this the person that's receiving this message, and I feel this is another illness type thing that somebody's had an encounter with here, but not with themselves. I feel as if somebody around them has been very ill, and this dream somehow, I'm not going to interpret the symbolism of it, but it somehow connects with the feelings and fears they've had of somebody almost on the edge of life. And there's been a situation around you, I feel, with somebody that would be like a motherly type figure. So it's either your mother or your grandmother. There's been worries about them. And you also recently lost a pet too, I want to say, like a dog or something went to spirit too as well. So there's a lot of fears in your feelings at the moment, lots of upsets from lots of things that have happened that have kind of hit you harder than you've admitted, and it's coming out in your dream life. And again, a bit similar to the last message, I feel that, you know, we're on the mend now. I feel you're over the worst. You've got to give yourself a little bit of resting time, because I feel that the dream you're having is kind of a warning from your unconscious mind that you need to give yourself a bit of attention and time to rest, not be out in these stressful situations that are represented in your dreams. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Now I get these messages from the spirit, hopefully. I'm sensing, trying to get the message, and I can feel my spirit guide giving me these strange images, but we're trying to work on a different level. It's just another experiment, remember. You know, I'm not saying this is the way any other mediums should work. I just like to play with ideas and ways of connecting to people. But don't forget to put the comments, because it's important that if the message really is for you, that it's picked up and we understand what it's about. Okay. Dreams are quite often frightening, so that's why some of the images have been frightening, and I feel they're the dreams that you'll remember most, and that's why I feel my guides are been focusing on these sort of dreams. Now, somebody has been dreaming about flying, and this is again a fairly common dream that people would dream about flying. I feel this dream is about a helicopter for some reason. I feel as if you don't fly a helicopter in real life, but I feel in this dream you're flying a helicopter, and there's a great feeling of enjoyment as you fly this helicopter. And there's something, I feel as if I'm flying, I get the sense I'm like those scenes in the opening of the Vietnam movie, you know, those helicopters flying across in Vietnam with with Wagner playing. I can't remember what the movie was now. Yeah, Apocalypse Now, or Acropolis Now, as my wife calls it. Apocalypse Now. Yeah, and scenes like that, and you've got this feeling of being over a river, and there's danger in the river and things like that. But we're flying, and there's this sense also of kind of hunger in the dream. It's like we're flying to somewhere where there's a lot of food, and I get this feeling that I'm eating all the time. I'm eating on the way, and I get to a place and there's a big meal laid out in front of me. It's a strange dream. It jumps from flying to a big wedding feast type thing. And so you would recognise this dream because it keeps coming up. I feel as if you've had this dream lots of times and it makes absolutely no sense to you whatsoever, you know. So the persons would understand this dream as being for them, that it's happened, and it's got this Vietnam feel, and it always ends in this situation where you're at a big feast. All right. I think they should lock me up and throw away the key. This is a really strange sort of way of doing clairvoyance, but I'm just going to run with it and we'll see what happens, and we'll see if we get all this right or not. And so anyway, the person that had that, I'm not interested in interpreting the dream. I'm just saying the dream's there, all right. And it's something else going on in your unconscious mind. It comes at times when you're stressed and you get this recurrent sort of dream. And I don't know what the symbolism is. I don't think it really matters. It just shows again that I'm connected with you. This is a recurring dream you've had through your life 3 or 4 times at least. Not all the time, but you know, I feel it comes up and you know the dream's coming. And I just look into the person that would be the recipient of this message, and I want to say, I'm just trying to get the message because the spirit guy's trying to give it to me. Bear with me. There's something about a family of 4. I think we're talking about 4 brothers. So I don't know if you belong to a family of 4 brothers. And there's a feeling that it's a family of 4 and you've fallen out with someone in the family. I think the brothers might have, maybe it's 3 brothers and a sister or something, because I'm getting the sense that there's been a fallout in the family, and someone's been getting greedy with something. all right? And I feel that that relates to you, that there's a fallout in the family there. And I have to say, you've got to be careful who you trust at the moment, particularly when it comes to money. And I'm getting the sense of secrets and things like that, and things are going to be brought out that are going to shock people, right? So the important thing is to act according to your conscience. That's what I have to say. Live and act according to your conscience. Now, all of that might sound a bit strange to people that have joined this channel for the first time. This is an unusual way of doing readings. Normally, you know, they're quite different, but we're trying lots of different techniques here. Hopefully you'll find it interesting, and it gets very interesting when we start to see people putting the comments below and taking the messages and knowing whether they're real or not, and particularly if you get everything right in the message, right? And if you leave a message too on the comments, it's helpful for me too, because I might sort of just pick up on your name sometime and might be able to give you a message as well. So I'm going to finish there. So thanks for joining me, and don't forget, I've got readers online at my website at psychics.co.uk, and we've got some numbers coming up at the moment at the end here where you can ring now if you want a reading with one of my psychics. We've got a special deal, it's still going. 29p a minute for the first 10 minutes for people that have not used the service before, and yeah, so you can get a reading live, and that applies also around the world. There's various offers also available for America and Australia and Canada and so on. So if you ring the numbers, you'll get you'll be able to ask for the special new deal, new customer welcome, I think we call it. And yeah, and you can go to my website at psychics.co.uk. You can also book me for readings there. I do get booked rather quickly, but I do have occasion you can book me for readings as well. And yeah, there you go. So hope you enjoyed that, and we'll try some other experiments next time. So tell me in the comments what you think. Tell me if you think I'm a complete idiot doing it this way, or I'm nutty, or if I've got it right. Let's see. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye for now.